Welcome to the Key to All This with Tim and Dylan. You're on one of my sides, and I can never get it right, and I never will. But on this episode, my sweet boy Tim, we are talking about The Mandalorian Season 3. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. All sides of me are excited
Oh,
because we really don't know what to expect.
yeah. They kind of wrapped up the show at the end of last season, and they could have just been done with The Mandalorian completely. But yeah, they have to somehow do Season 3.
It's like if in season 3 of Friends, if they just suddenly at the end of season 2, Ross goes off with Luke Skywalker and is never seen again. And it takes a little bit of reconfiguration, but there's a lot of fan speculation about what happens in season 3.
Yeah. We are fans, and I'm sure you have a fan speculation. What are you speculating? Because I'm pretty sure you and I are on the same page.
I think Bo-Katan's quest for the Darksaber doesn't really end at the end of season 2, and I think it's going to be a quest for Mandalore. They say at one point that like Mandalore is just like forsaken and cursed and stuff like that, and I think it's really has just been overtaken by Imperials, and it's like nothing now. But I think it could be like they try to reclaim it, or they try to find a new Mandalore, kind of do very much an Avengers Infinity War where everyone from Asgard goes to New Asgard. I think that could be a possible plot line. What about you?
So I obviously think it's going to be the same somewhat storyline. This is going to be the battle for the Darksaber. I think that we are going to get Bo-Katan with a full heel turn to bring some wrestling into this. I think she's going to be the new villain, and I think Moff Gideon's going to step aside. I don't think we're going to really see him in season 3. I do think this is going to be Din versus Bo-Katan, and I would love for it just to be all out Mandalorians, Mandalore, Darksaber fighting.
And it would be really fitting for the title of the show if Din became like the rightful ruler of Mandalore. He's perfectly he's reluctant. He doesn't really want to, which makes him a good candidate for it. But I feel like also like the Darksaber has been, it's not necessarily cursed, but it's like it just brings about violence through the nature of kind of how it's politically entangled with Mandalore. So it'll be interesting to see if other people try to fight him too to win the blade.
Yeah, I kind of have like an odd question, and I don't know if I just don't know enough about this, or if it's just something that we missed somehow, or something that creators of The Mandalorian missed. But in order to get the Darksaber, you have to defeat your opponent, correct?
Yes.
So Moff Gideon's still alive, so what, he just surrendered? He was like, whoa, hey, I'm done, bud.
I think it's very much tied to you could defeat someone without killing them.
Then why doesn't the Mandalorian, Din and Bo-Katan just kind of like scuffle, and Mando's just like, okay, you win?
I think you really have to mean it. It really does have to be a fight. It can't be like a stage like, oh, you done did it. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough to. I think we're going to find out a lot more about the Saber's history, and also the kind of, oh my God, I'm being attacked by a fly. Sorry, it keeps
Use
trying
the
to fly
force.
into my eye. It's like the least convenient place for this is not the eye you're looking for. So I really think that we'll figure out what the rules of this impressive piece of hardware is.
Are you expecting that season 3 will be the final season?
I don't think so. I feel like this is, I mean, Disney Plus has a lot of great series now, but like this is their cash cow. I feel like they're going to keep on going. I don't know. What about you? Do you think it'll end at 3?
I think it's going to end at 3. I have kind of a dark theory on what I believe is going to happen. I don't think we're going to see Grogu again.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there will end up being some kind of Luke Skywalker series. That's been heavily rumored. And we'll see Grogu again there. But I think Bo-Katan is going to defeat Din and kill him in battle.
Really?
I do think so. And I think that will lead to Bo-Katan joining the Ahsoka series.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I'm expecting
kind of questionable
Bo to be.
then.
Yeah, I mean, she was a questionable character a lot in the Clone Wars, and now she's still kind of iffy. But I mean, where does Mando go? I mean, he doesn't have anyone. Grogu's gone training. Queel's dead. IG-11 is dead. Gina Carano apparently isn't returning. So is he going to go back to bounty hunting? I don't think that's in his cards anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what he really does. That's a good point. It could also be that he joins the that series. It's like kind of a bridge between the two.
Yeah, I
was
see
thinking
that.
about the other day. I was like, well, a lot of these characters were so cemented for so many fans, but like in the animated series, but like to then bridge those to the live action animated, I feel like Din is the best possible choice to like introduce him. He's kind of like an entry point for all the fans who haven't seen the animated series. So I think that could be a possibility too.
Yeah, I could see that as well. And I'm fine with either. I love Din. I love Grogu, but I'm fine with whatever outcome. I've kind of seen what I need to see.
Yeah.
And in season 3, if we get the battle for the Darksaber, then I think that'll give me everything that I've needed out of this series for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it could also like Gideon could also play a role in like maybe they have all the stuff they need from Grogu for. I think we've talked about this before about like potentially, creating a Palpatine clone that works. Force-wise, that like maybe they still have to undo his work, and figure that out and continue that plot line without Grogu, obviously.
Yeah.
But it will be really sad to not have Grogu in that series. I feel like, I'm wondering what adorable creature, if we can have baby Jar Jar or baby Rancor.
Oh yeah, Moochie.
Get
Moochie in there. It's I think it should be, or he. I don't know what, but them core would be of age. I mean, we see them in Bad Batch, so 20 years has passed.
Yeah, it's true.
That'd be a big old pup.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do with the series, but yeah, it's just wide open, like a wide open field of possibility. And I wonder, like, how soon does the First Order kind of play a role? Because right now it's very much like fragments of the rebellion, but they're really not organized. It's almost like kind of like a little, more guerrilla like group. So I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, night.
Night.
Yeah, I could see with Mandalorian leading into a Luke Skywalker series and it leading into young Ben Solo in seeing how he starts off in the First Order, because obviously that's where we're headed right now. We're like at that time where Ben's alive. I mean, he's probably a couple of years old at this point. But yeah, I could see there's a lot of possibilities. I could definitely see Mandalorian leading into First Order, which I think would be awesome. Like, what a great backstory. I could also see it just steering away from the sequels.
Yeah, keep its own thing.
Yeah. We were talking about this in the last episode because we were talking about my best scar there.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to talk to you about some of the other things that I saw. I was trying to make a list of everything. So I went to the prop shop where they did everything for The Mandalorian. This was 4 years ago, I think. So before anything was announced. And I got to sit on Lando's speeder bike.
Really?
Yep, I got to sit on that. I have a picture somewhere. I got to see Mando's blaster.
9? Did you say Lando or Mando?
Oh, sorry, I might have said Lando. I meant Mando. Mando's speed bike. I
really remember his speeder bike.
Yeah, sorry, Mando's speeder bike.
Cool.
From the series. I got to sit on that. And I got to see all the 3D prints of his blaster, the long one.
The pulse rifle?
Yeah. I also saw...
So cool.
I saw Grogu's bassinet, and I was told, oh yeah, this is going to be for Baby Yoda. So immediately it got spoiled for me that there was going to be a Yoda type character.
Yeah. I like how though, the nickname Baby Yoda kind of like was instant. And I like how they openly told you, yeah, we already know what people are going to kind of call this thing. So that's interesting that they used the term, Baby Yoda instead of like the child. Yeah. They were just like, yeah, people will just automatically call it this.
Mm-hmm. And the one thing that they mentioned in Disney, the gallery series that they do, where they dive into all the behind the scenes stuff of The Mandalorian, they talked about a very famous prop that really means nothing to the casual viewer. But the final item that I have on my list of things
I know what you're going to say.
Was held by a character, Wilro Hood, in The Empire Strikes Back. But I saw the ice cream maker that they plop in front of our boy, Werner Herzog.
I know, they really kind of like put to bed what the use of that is.
Yeah.
I think it's just like to store money, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's just like a mini safe, yeah. So I like that Wilro Hood in Empire Strikes Back is the only smart person grabbing his valuables and leaving when everything's like going terrible.
You got to respect like the series for answering a question that like has been asked by fans, but very like diehard fans. Like, that's why I'm like, anyone who thinks like this, the series is like kind of fan servicey, I'm just like, they're answering like obscure questions, and they're not like giving you like fans exactly what they want. Like they're going into like in-depth obscure characters meets in-depth like obscure plot points, props and stuff like that. It's been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, imagine being someone watching The Mandalorian and you see that ice cream maker and you're like, oh, boo, total fan service, like being upset about that. Oh, man, Mandalorian, they told me what that ice cream maker is for.
Everyone's been begging for that.
Yeah. They did a really good job.
Yeah, they did.
Did a really good job at giving us fan service for stuff that isn't that big of a deal, like including Mark Hamill's it's like ID8 or 88 droid is now the bartender instead of Wooher at the Mos Eisley Cantina, like small stuff dragon. Like that. Yep. R5D4, I mean, we get to see him again, so it's they did a really good job with that, and I hope that they continue that all through season 3 of just little helpings for us nerds.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about before we sign off?
I'm good.
Well, great. Thank you for everyone who joined us and watched our breakdown of Mandalorian Season 3. Join us next time when we discuss Colin Trevorrow's Episode 9. This has been To the Key to All of Us. I'm Tim. This is Dylan. May the Force be with you.
And also with you.
Aw, thanks.